G'day ice cream lovers, my name's Christensen. It's an absolute pleasure to be spending time with you today in the Scuba School lab here. We're going to talk about the process of sugaring fruit or macerating it. Before we jump into the maceration, as it were, we do want to thank our episode sponsor, which is Electro-Freeze. Electro-Freeze has been making ice cream machines, seems like for 100 years. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. It's very close to. Started off very early days making ice cream equipment for Dairy Queen. They really are worth checking out. They've got soft serve machines, batch freezers, the whole gamut. Anything that you want to make your frozen desserts with, Electro-Freeze can help you. So go to electrofreeze.com. We appreciate their sponsorship of this episode. Now, previously we spoke a little bit about using sugar to make a simple syrup. This time we're going to be talking a little bit about the sugar process, but we're going to be talking about your fruit or berries. Now, this is a bag that I just bought at Walmart, as I say. I would say Walmart. And it is prepared in an IQF or individually quick frozen format. So whenever you see a bag of fruit like this, whether it's at Walmart or whether you're actually buying it from your distributor, and it may come in a box, it may come in a 5-gallon pail, but anytime you have fruit or berries that are basically still flash frozen or quick frozen, come on mate, open up for me. Don't make me make a blooper reel. Oh, here we go. Anything that you have a piece of fruit, in this case a raspberry, that is individually quick frozen, that is the process. They put it through a blast freezer. Sometimes they use liquid nitrogen. But most of you who are experienced in the ice cream business will know that you just can't take this IQF fruit or even fresh fruit, the fresh berry, in this case we're talking raspberries, and just drop it straight into your ice cream and freeze it, because these berries have a lot of natural water content. In fact, some say these berries have about 80 to 85% water content in the berry itself. Now when you're making an ice cream, or particularly if you want to make a variegate, you need to get that water out of the berry, and the way you do it is by making a simple syrup with the water or the juice that's in the berry and sugar. So we spoke about making a simple syrup in the last video. If you haven't seen it, pop back and have a look. We'll put a link to it here in the show notes. But this time we're going to show you how to actually draw that water or that liquid out of the berry. And it's actually as simple as taking a Cambro or some type of container and putting your berries in it. Now, again, the ratio of berries to the sugar that we're going to be using can vary, but in this case what we're going to be doing is taking sugar, the regular granulated pure sugar that we used in the last video and that we bought from Walmart, and we're just going to very simply sprinkle a cup of it over these berries. And again, I've pretty well got most of the bag here, which is 24 ounces. That's a weight ounce. And pour that sugar over the top. Now you will make sure you're going to have to need some sort of spoon, and you just make sure that that is all the way processed in here. You want to make sure that the sugar has contact with all of that good berry goodness. And what you're going to do then is just basically leave it overnight. You can speed up the process by putting it into a microwave, which will reduce the fruit, have the water come out of the fruit or the berries and mix with the sugar, making a simple syrup of the juice or the water in these berries. But really, I think if you are a couple of steps ahead in your production process, you should be able to prep this nice and early, put it in your walk-in cooler or even your table, your prep table over here, and let that sugar and water mix overnight. And so what I did was prepared one yesterday to kind of show you the process. Now you'll see how much liquid is here in this container of berries. That is not one bit of extra liquid was added in here, apart from just the liquid and the sugar and the berries. So you can see just how much of this liquid has come out of here, out of the berries, and we do not want that liquid inside the berry when we're freezing, because it'll just basically, one of these berries will turn into an ice chunk or an ice cube, and you'll get customers that will literally break a teeth on that because it's basically frozen water. So using the principles that we spoke about in the last video, taking the sugar and water mixture, which is what we call a simple syrup, and utilizing that to stabilize our mix. That's what we're using here, except we're basically using the water or the liquid that was in the fruit, mixing it with sugar, letting it sit overnight, and allowing us to macerate or to basically make a simple syrup out of the liquid that was in the fruit. This way, this gives us a much better opportunity now to be able to use this in a variegate, use this in flavoring, and not be too concerned that the water content in the berry will remain frozen or freeze and become an ice chunk or an ice particle within your ice cream. Very, very simple to do. Macerating fruit, a lot of ice cream makers do it, a lot of bakers do it, a lot of chefs do it. Do some experimentation. You don't want to over sweeten the mixture as well, because sugar, remember, also is an antifreeze. So make sure you get that nice balance between your fruit or your berries and sugar. Excuse me, do some experimentation, and Bob's your uncle. That's all we have time in this episode. Again, a description will be down below. We're thankful for Electro-Freezing sponsoring this video. And look, if you have any questions, conundrums, quandaries that you would like us to touch on here on our Scoop School YouTube channel, send us a quick email, steve@scoopschool.com. Keep on scooping, folks, and we'll see you in the next video.